ragtag fashion. What do you take away from that, what it says about the Russian forces, and also why this city and the strategic gains Russia has made?
Yeah, I wouldn't call them strategic. I would call them operational, right? Maybe we're splitting hairs here, but in the military, we talk about tactical, operational, and strategic levels of war and effects. It's more than tactical because the Pros is astride, it sits astride a major road and a major rail line. And so it is operationally significant. But the Ukrainians, as long as they don't get
go wrong with any of their flavors, and they also have the big titty anime shakers that if you get your rocks off to that, I consider it because they're pretty sexy. It gets me stiff in my pants. So thank you Gamer Subs for sponsoring this episode, and hey, check out raw meat. It's seriously the best flavor. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Raw meat if you're trying to get a nice caffeinated beverage. Thank you. Back to the video.
To be fair, and I'm gonna say, listen, throw a dog a bone and let him have the birth control stuff. At the same time, every person I've ever seen in there is 76 years old, so they're probably like, it's barren. And it's nature's birth control. You think Gladys is going, uh-oh. Can you imagine, could you actually imagine your 83-year-old coworker? Last night I got a... last night I was rolling around in the hay and a little bit of, baby gravy maybe got in. I mean, she's just like, hey, could I get a pill? I mean, what is the guy like, are you serious?
At that point, that is a miracle. If a 70-year-old...
I'm saying if you saw a 75, 76-year-old woman with a belly bump, I mean, I'd be like, you better vote. I've got to go to church.
She wants to suck that thing out.
And she wants to...
You having second thoughts?
Well, if anything, at that point, if I was a CEO, I'd be like, this is seriously a miracle. Even I'd go down there. I'd be like, that's probably Superman. You're giving birth to something. I don't know. It could be what if it's the Antichrist?
Well, Christians want the Antichrist to come because then they go to heaven. That's the coming.
Oh, that's the rapture.
That's the rapture.
Imagine the woman that you work with, a Hobby Lobby, the 75-year-old Gladys, is the signifier of the rapture. Oh! You just see that mo like this inside her belly.
Yeah, the horns are poking too.
Yeah, she's just like, his name's gonna be Derek. In this house, we don't call 911. She's red-pilled by that point. Yeah, she's based. Gladys is definitely based. Probably got deep by like a 22-year-old veteran. This led to a widely publicized lawsuit in which Hobby Lobby succeeded in setting a new precedent that allowed some corporations to deny certain contraceptives to their employees based on religious reasons. That's, you know what I don't like about it? You're going out of your way, dude. Right? Well, yeah, off, dude. It's kind of a God-given miracle that man was able to, I mean, take this, and you will not have a child. I mean, how crazy is that?
They need a male version.
A condom.
Well, I'm tired of leaving it up to the woman.
You're talking about, so what you're saying is that you want a pill where it's like, it also comes with a slingshot device that you put in, and you have to hit her, she has to consume it, and boom. Perfect.
Yeah, it's like a little dart that gets injected.
All right, man. Teddy. Theo. Mr. Roosevelt. Oi. Is you gonna come out today? Is it the British voice that's gonna make you come and be inquisitive? Is you gonna come say hi? Do you wanna see your nice bottle of water? Hey? Come on, mate. It's not even that serious. All you gotta do is just come say hello. Oi, mate, what's you doing? Oi, come here, mate. Hey. Oi, mate. Dude. Hey. Will you just come on camera, brah? Hey, I see you. Hi. You gonna come say hi? Come on. Come on, man. It ain't even that. Dude, where you going, man? Huh? As I got to bust out the British voice again. Is that what gets you to come out for my cocaine? Would you come out for my cocaine, Mr. Wayne? Oi, Theo. Sometimes great men gotta do bad things. Come here. Oi. Hey. Would you look at that? I see the little mouse. I see the little mouse. There you go. Huh? Did you come out for my cocaine? Is that why you come out to see me? For my cocaine? Man, showing the audience your balls and shit. Gross. I don't even think anybody's watching this. If anybody does, could you let me know how to fucking zoom out on my camera? God damn.
Some showing up during multiple Super Bowl commercials, which I just want to say. So, I mean, it's like, for a 30-second commercial, I think it's like $2 to $10 million.
Oh, well, they got the funds.
They got the funds. And to spread the good word, he's probably just like, God, I'm a good person.
Yeah.
God. Isn't that right, Gladys? Your uterus is open. Like goat man's coming out of it. It was created by an ad campaign called He Gets Us, which has spent hundreds of millions of dollars thus far, with reported plans to spend around $1 billion within its first 3 years. Whoa. The ad consisted of various pictures showing people getting their feet washed, an act that's supposed to be symbolic of humility and forgiveness of sinners. Most, however, just saw it as judgmental, creepy, and vaguely horny, if I'm being honest. Did you see those? I see those. He gets us. He just gets us. One ad in particular tries to explain how we should just love our enemies the way Jesus did. And the images of the advertisement depict minorities and liberal-looking people as evil sinners who are seen shrieking at cops and country boys, right? The good ones.
I guess I should just like them. These sinners, these freaks. Look at that woman with a ring in her nose. Septum pierce theory. Hobby Lobby has a lot of strange commercials as well. Often, they're filled with ham-fisted morals and seem to cater to a much older religious people. In one Christmas commercial, for example, an overworked mom is seen working tirelessly to clean up after her gamer son. After realizing how lucky he is to have her, he suddenly decides to sell all of his video games to purchase Christmas decorations and surprise her. Yeah, right, dude. Talk about a fictional story about her being like, Mom, get up here! Be like that kind of thing.
He's using her credit card to buy like riot points or whatever.
Yeah, riot points and vape juice and shit. Blowing fat clouds in there, ordering and escorts and stuff like that. That's my stocking stuffer. Employees of Hobby Lobby often voice their frustrations online. As you would expect, they meet all sorts of strange customers. Which I want to say, going into Hobby Lobby, it is very odd because it's like, there's always somebody in there, shopper, but they never have anything in their cart. Everyone has a cart and they're walking aimlessly around like a labyrinth, which leads me to believe, do they hire people to just walk around the store and make it seem there's people in there? I'm telling you, go to a Hobby Lobby, you'll find someone in there. They're just walking around with nothing in their cart. Looking at like nothing. Like,
I hate you.
Fucking wreaths. And also everything has like cinnamon on it. It smells like cinnamon everywhere. You know what I mean? But they're just looking. Kind of reminds me like Scientology. Many of them swear by Hobby Lobby, these strange customers.
Actually,
treating it
the
like
living
their
room
second
display
home.
doesn't
Their
support
love
that
runs so
functionality.
deep that it
You
becomes
lying-ass
common for them
bitch,
to
you
visit
played
other
so
stores
many
like Michael's
videos.
or
What do
Joint
you
Fabrics
mean?
to brag about how great Hobby Lobby is in comparison. Oh,
Stupid ass.
no, I mean the store's okay. It's just no Hobby Lobby.
Those are getting paid actors.
Crisis actors. Yeah, 100%. Do you think it's recruiters? Do you think the same actors that go in, they're just like, it's so weird. It's weird because it's actually a better price at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, it's advertising. That's the $1 billion budget.
That has to be a part of the $1 million budget. One Hobby Lobby employee was asked by a customer if he had any experience with planting. The customer proceeds to tell them that his uncle has created a type of dust that is incapable of getting wet, which he claims is so important that it can save the country. And during his rant, he started explaining how Obama failed to save homes from the flooding and how the dust could also be used to clog up and stop BP oil spills. The worker was then asked to try and make him the dust he was referring to which he said no, and walked away. Did you think you could put some of that dust? No, I don't think I will, actually. Gassing yourself up real big? That sounds great. I could actually have like a lake in my garage. No. There's no way. First off, if you're making miracle dust, there's no way you're not carrying around sandbag. I should fix it. Like, dude, what the f? You just like, don't mess with it. Because that's the answer. And Obama did a bunch, I'm not going to get into it, but yeah. In one case, a woman chastised the company for selling candy in multiple locations of the store. She tries to start a movement by having people commit to an agreement and to tag their social media page to stop this.
I don't need to walk through and see all that stuff. I don't want my kids asking for things when we check out. There's got to be a way to do this. Let's talk Hobby Lobby. And for those of you who agree, please comment and tag them below.
What? What? I don't know. In a particularly absurd story, Christian parents were in an uproar after seeing that potentially demonic products were being sold in the Hobby Lobby stores. A supposed member of the Satanic Temple played a prank on the company by using Midjourney AI, and she created a fake image of Hobby Lobby aisle stocked with what appears to be satanic pillars. The post started to spread, leaving older, less tech-savvy Christian adults in complete shock. Which I gotta say, that's the perfect prank for like Facebook adults. Why would the adults believe that was real?
Because they're...
Because it's in a picture and it's in front of them.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
And it's on Facebook. There's a huge prank going on where people are taking photos in the room and putting an AI homeless man in it. And then sending it to their parents being like, I let this guy in.
I've seen that, yeah. And then the parents like, what the? Which, to be fair, if I was a parent, I'd be like, wait, what? But like a giant pillars, I'd be like, what? That's fake.
Would you let a homeless person in?
No.
I always thought it.
They're homeless. They're not supposed to be at home. Okay, that's a prank. That was a joke. I would probably even like someone I've never met. I'll never let you in my home.
If someone knocked on the door and said, hey, I got a job interview, can I take a shower?
No. What? You look fine. Put on the blind.
What if they said, can I use your garden hose for a shower?
All right. But if he sat there and I'll tell you this. He turned on the door. If he was like pulled out like actual tiny shampoos, I'd probably open up the door. All right, come on.
See, you just fell for it, and now he pulls out a knife.
At least he'd smell good and killing me, I guess. That's a commitment, though. I'm washing myself.
Yeah, in the hopes that you have a change of heart.
Yeah, exactly. I feel oddly compelled to let this man in. One of the most contentious parts of the working for Hobby Lobby is that, unlike basically every other retailer, they refuse to use barcodes. Really? You think it has to do with satanic? It's probably satanic symbols and barcodes? Yeah. Back in the 1980s, people started to fear that UPC barcodes actually hid secret references to the mark of the beast.
But these numbers are always sandwiched in between these three spacer symbols. Here, here, and here. Two vertical lines with a space between them. But here's what's strange. Whenever the number 6 appears in a barcode, it's also represented by two vertical lines with a space between them.
A rumor had begun to spread that Hobby Lobby, following the evangelical Christian values, feared this and decided to do everything manually as a precaution. According to David Green himself, however, it's simply because he feels that it's more accurate to have humans take inventory rather than trust computers. Does he understand how computers work? Despite this claim, it actually just makes ringing customers up way more time-consuming and tedious because they have to manually type in each price on top of memorizing their unique discounts that change constantly. Once again, I don't believe that's even real discounts. One 6-year-old new employee found herself making small mistakes trying to learn the system, which led to a large man screaming at her and threatening to beat her ass in the parking lot over a single candle he was trying to purchase, which I want to say was a bit excessive by the man. Come on. Unless he was just sitting there, she's like, oh, God, I don't know. And he's like, can I just leave? No, stay, no. And he's like, I'll kick your ass.
Stop yelling at me. I'm pregnant.
What if she was there for like literally 20 minutes trying to ring up one candle?
I'd leave. I would leave. I would leave after 3 minutes. I would leave after 2 minutes, Nick. Do I need the Hobby Lobby candle? What flavor is it? What scent could it be? It's cinnamon. It's cinnamon. And I'd be like, I'll just fucking go buy some Febreze.
Sorry, I'm pregnant. He's kicking. Whoa! Whoa! He's singing.
Huh? Well, your baby's doing what?
He sings to me.
Can you imagine a 6-year-old with pregnant? She looks at you with her swollen ass belly. You're like ringing it up or whatever. She's just like,
It's not good. There's something bad inside me. Out of here.
I gotta tell you, that'd keep my ass up at night. Are you kidding me?
He's saying your name.
Guy's like, I haven't told you my name. She's like,
Stephen.
can you imagine being right?
Hunter.
Man, that's why he was starting to beat her ass. I'll kill you.
I can't die. I can't feel. My soul was burned a long time ago.
That'd be so fun. I'm actually scared myself. Like, can you imagine that? An old pregnant woman being like, my soul was burned long.
It was burned in a lake of fire.
That's worth an ass kicking.
Before she even talks. One man who had been working there for 10 years was abruptly fired because he patted a customer's arm to console him because he was disappointed that he had to wait a day to get his photos framed. I want to say, don't touch me. At one Hobby Lobby location, an employee was asked to jump into a trash compactor to fix it after the poor maintenance caused it to break down. Hey, Hunter, quick tip. I promise me quick tip. Hey, don't jump in a trash compactor, okay? Just gonna repeat that again. Don't jump in a trash compactor. Don't put your arm in it. Don't go near a trash compactor if you don't have to. I saw a guy break his fingers on one time. They had it was to compress cardboard boxes down, to flatten them, and like people because like when they go down, some boxes start to come out, so you like press them back in. When he was pressing them back in, it caught it and he couldn't grab it. And
Did they come off?
yeah, or no, they kept on, but they were mangled. They had to be removed, so he's fingerless. What was funny enough though is we called them Shaka Bra because these left, so they was all stubs and they would do that. We're like, yo, 15 years old, not understanding the real situation.
What job was this?
It's like a grocery store. It's common for employees to be injured on the job, especially when working in stockroom doing physical labors. One man, however, found that the company was unwilling to accept injuries they'd caused. Neil Roberts was shocked to find out that the company hired a new slew of private investigators to confirm his back injury was real before offering him workman comp. $8 billion company. Got an investor, Inspector Gadget, whatever they're there. One investigator took things a step too far when he tried to sneak a GPS tracking device onto his vehicle. He was also followed and photographed for a long period of time. I should say bad investigators so they know he's being photographed. Damn it, boys. One of the most obnoxious things that Hobby Lobby seems to be known for is stalking and profiling. Did not see that coming. One video showcases two employees burying their heads in clothing racks to spy on another customer for 10 minutes.
It's the inspector.
I'm telling you, it's the Inspector Gadget thing. Go Gadget subtlety. A lot of people who speak out about being followed often just so happen to be people of color who, or those who have tattoos. And because of this, Hobby Lobby is accused of profiling people who just don't fit the description of clean-cut evangelical Christians. Why aren't you following them? Said the pregnant old woman. She's fine. I'm more worried about you. This pales in comparison to one of the wildest stories to come out from the Green family. What I'm referring to is the Museum of the Bible. Oh. The Museum of the Bible was created in 2010 by the Green family and officially launched in 2017, costing upwards of $500 million. The goal, according to the nonprofit behind it, is to bring to life the living word of God, to tell its compelling story of preservation, and to inspire confidence in the absolute authority and reliability of the Bible. Part of what makes the museum so impressive is that it contained thousands upon thousands of historical objects and artifacts. Many of these artifacts were being gathered by David's son since as far back as 2009. The fact that they were able to acquire so many in a span of 6 to 7 years was incredibly suspicious. That's pretty suspicious. Very, very suspicious. How'd you get that? David, how'd you get that? The truth eventually came to light. And less than a year after opening to the public, Hobby Lobby, one of the main donors, was fined $3 million for illegally importing thousands of unique artifacts. One of the items claimed to be illegally purchased was a 3,500-year-old clay tablet known as the Gilgamesh Dream Tablet, which was acquired in 2014. It was soon understood that many other objects, like the supposed Dead Sea Scroll fragments in their possession, were forged and purchased without properly proving their authenticity. Over time, more and more items had to be returned from the museum to both Iraq and Greece, and out of 40,000 artifacts the museum originally boasted, around 13,000 were returned. And while the museum now promises to properly authenticate its pieces and respect the acquisition process going forward, it's still heavily criticized today for its shady behavior. Others simply hate the museum as they believe its purpose is less about historical and religious education and more about trying to brainwash people into becoming a Christian, which they refuse. I just want to say too, I think it's so funny that they're just like, I didn't really sure. I didn't watch. I thought that was Jesus Christ. It's just a dead guy's body. Also, the Dead Sea Scrolls. I thought those those are like on tour. Like that's like something. Have you ever heard of those? I saw they were in like they were like the show in Kansas City, where like behind all this glass and stuff. But it was like they're just like, all right, fine, we'll sell them. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure like it's probably like some kind of government owns them or some shit like that. I don't know. If there's anything to take away from this video, it's that Hobby Lobby is surely one of the stranger retail stores we've covered. At least at the Goodwill outlets, you know what you're getting right off the bat, right? Instead of people scrounging for a deal. With Hobby Lobby, there's this uncomfortable feeling that there are strange things happening behind the scenes. But if you want cheaply printed AI art and a unique crucifix for every day of the week, go nuts. Just make sure you look over your shoulder, because someone's probably watching you. We will see you in the next one, guys. Hey, praise God.
Hallelujah.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming on and settle down because today we're talking about fast food. Everyone likes fast food. I mean, who doesn't, right? If you don't like fast food, you're a coward. You know what? You're also probably one of those people who use charcuterie board, cheese. And don't get me wrong, I know that every time I visit a fast food restaurant, I'm putting a little dose of death inside of me. You think I don't get that? I mean, look at America. Obesity's on the rise. Hell, it's been on the rise. I think it's just that's the trend. That's the upswing. It's not even an upswing. It's just going to rise. It's a mountain that we're always climbing, much like Sisyphus, only we don't fall. We keep climbing. I mean, look at me, for God's sakes. Put a picture of me up shirtless.
You think I got that with salads? Think I got that with a big glass of water? I don't think so. And it's gotten so bad that it almost feels like these fast food restaurants are just at a point where they're trying to kill us. I mean, does anyone remember the KFC Double Down? The concept of the Double Down was, let's make a chicken sandwich. Here's the kicker. There's no bread. It's just more fried chicken as the bun. It's with cheese, bacon, and along with it as well is gravy nays. And I gotta say, it was so good. I loved it so much. Just want to put that out there. It was great, but at the same time, your chest hurts and your arm feels numb. Or we could talk about the Hardee's Monster Thick Burger, which touted itself as the 1,400 calorie burger with 2 quarter-pound beef patties with bacon, cheese, mayo, and buttered bread. It contained 107 grams of fat, which is more than most people should have an entire day. But you get in a sandwich and maybe you order 4 of them because they're so tasty. It makes me sleep. And I have nightmares. You ever eat so much? You probably don't. You're a little scafe. All my big boys out there, all my big boys and big gals out there know. You look at that one dude, remember back in the days, this infamous video, the guy took down like a whole bag of 40-count pizza rolls as fast as he could. That's one of those nights where those are feast nightmares is what I call them. Those things are, you're rolling around, barely breathing, you're choking on your tongue and stuff. That's when the Hat Man comes and gets you. And I think that these fast food chains aren't just using food to try to kill us. No, no, no. I think it goes far, far between. So today, I want to talk about all the ways fast food is trying to kill you. So let's talk about it. We're going to start off with a recent one. This one is spicy. The Panera Bread Charged Lemonade. Does anyone recall this? This is pretty recent. We have to talk about it because this is one of the main reasons we wanted to make this video. Because in 2022, Panera Bread came out with a series of charged lemonades, which were a fruity drink that contained between 155 to 390 milligrams of caffeine. Why? What is it? What pitch room was that in? Can we put cocaine in the lemonade? And just for a quick reference, a regular cup of coffee that starts people's day has 95 milligrams. So let's go ahead and tally that up. That's what? About 5 cups of coffee in your lemonade? In your lemonade at Panera Bread. They sell soup there, okay? Now, as extreme as the caffeine content is, the FDA claims that you can have up to 400 milligrams a day and avoid serious negative effects. You can have up to 400, okay? You're at 390. Did we really need to just like knock on death's door that close? Could we have not just seen it from afar? However, Panera originally did a horrible job of advertising the caffeine contents. They were being a little slippery snake with it, okay? Alongside the charged lemonade, Panera also announced something called the Unlimited Sip Club, where customers can pay a monthly fee in exchange for free refills every 2 hours across a Panera location. How do they judge that? The Sip Club comes with a membership thing that you scan. They're just like, you were just here an hour and 46 minutes ago. You're going to have to wait the 14 minutes. This meant free refills for coffee, tea, soda, and their new charged tea. Do you think that's just one drink people are having? No. Not when you're paying the Sip Club. I'm going to get as many charged lemonades as I can. Charged tea and charged lemonades. So not only were they poorly advertising a dangerously caffeinated drink, but people were encouraged to the program to get refills often, to an extent of putting a 2-hour cap on it. It's been 3. I have to go. It's been 3 hours. I have to go back and get my refill. Also, if you brought a McDonald's cup into McDonald's, could you just, who would know?
Unless I saw you.
He thinks he's not a part of the Sip Club. Unfortunately, this led to the death of 2 people from 2022 to 2023. In 2022, 21-year-old Sarah Katz purchased a cup of charged lemonade only to go into cardiac arrest hours later during a friend's birthday party. You imagine showing up to the event with a Panera cup and that's the cause of death? That's insane. She was an Ivy League student with a congenital heart condition called long QT syndrome, which raises the risk of heart problems due to irregular heart rhythms. Her friend and roommate Victoria Conroy reported that Sarah was very aware of what she put in her body to avoid health complications, especially with caffeine. To deal with caffeine, she was like, I have to research it. She stated that, quote, if Sarah had known how much caffeine this was, she never would have touched it with a 10-foot pole. Little Grinch shout out there. Her family is currently pursuing a wrongful death lawsuit based on the drink's dangerous contents and lack of warnings, which, to be fair, justifiable. You can't get, if you have a charged lemonade with 390 milligrams of caffeine in it, and it's just like, welcome to summer. There's nothing to allure that it's like, this is a pick-me-up drink. Do you think that they were just trying to get people buzzed? Get them like, oh, when I drink that, it's crazy. I feel like wouldn't people just associate that with the sugar high, though?
Well, there's that famous video of the girl shaking. She's like, I didn't know there was this much caffeine. I had 3 of them.
Yeah.
And then in 2023, 46-year-old Dennis Brown suffered cardiac arrest after consuming 3 charged lemonades from Panera. I mean, oh my God, that's great. 3 of them? Come on, man. I was gonna say, after the first one, you have to feel something.
Boy, you'd be like, God damn, that was good.
That's what I'm saying. He was chasing the dragon on that one, wasn't he? Sitting there, he's just like, ooh, I'm shaking. I'm shaking now. Brown, who was born with a chromosomal deficiency disorder and an intellectual disability, often frequented his local Panera after work. Can we even... Is that even relevant? Okay. Hey, time out, man. He always made sure to avoid energy drinks due to his high blood pressure, but had ingested the charged lemonade only days before dying from cardiac arrest. Another wrongful death lawsuit was filed, and now Panera has completely stopped the sale of charged lemonades. No shit, dude. That is stuff that you don't anywhere on your sign where it's just like, this gets you like jazzed up lemonade. It's just charged lemonade. What does that even mean? If you look at the photos too, the charged lemonade is just tucked right at the top. You're like, oh, okay, lemonade. Oh, it's a mango citrus drink, you know?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so deceptive. Yeah. Well, how many fucking Chipotles have I been to where there's just like frescas and these exact juice? You're just like, oh, I thought it was just juice. So both of these people were probably like, I just wanted lemonade. Had no idea. Yeah, that's insane. No one's gonna read the small text too of like 30 fluid ounces, 530 calories, and 390 milligrams of caffeine. Who would even process that?
And you see the mango.
Ooh. He imagines his own eating, just like gulping it down. He's like, oh my God, it's really good. He like, looks over and that's when he sees it. Or we could talk about Long John's The Big Catch Meal. In 2013, the Center for Science and the Public Interest declared that Long John Silver's The Big Catch was the worst restaurant meal in America to consume. Yes, that Long John's just like, it's a big catch, which the meal contained this: a fried haddock, a full fish, a full fried haddock, okay, hush puppies, and onion rings. That makes it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot. Shows the pictures of it. All right.
What's funny is they claim this is a 7.5 ounce fish. And people are like, it was actually 3.5 ounces of fish, and then 4 pounds of batter and oil.
Yeah, batter, oil, everything. And this meal was 1,320 calories, 33 grams of trans fat, which is 2 weeks worth of trans fat, and 3,700 milligrams of sodium. Now, see, this is the one where this is the meal where you're sweating. You're like, takes out the sip club card. Give me my lemonade. I need it. You know, and yeah, we're talking about caffeine and people getting fucking heart attacks. But what about other kinds of biological warfare, such as the Jack in the Box E. coli outbreak? In 1993, Jack in the Box suffered a massive E. coli outbreak that affected hundreds of customers and led to 4 deaths and a 9-year-old entering a fucking coma. Okay? Which maybe you're like, E. coli, what is that? What's E. coli? Well, E. coli is a group of bacteria that leads to severe infections throughout the body, mainly the gut and urinary tract, which symptoms include diarrhea, vomiting, dehydration, and the potential risk of kidney failure. Fun stuff! The contaminated patties were found in Idaho, California, and Nevada, and resulted in 700 infections and 4 deaths. But Brianna Kiner, the 9-year-old from Redmond, Washington, developed hemolytic uremic syndrome, a condition that damages and inflames blood cells in your body, creating clots that can damage bodily organs. She became emaciated and jaundiced, and her condition worsened over time as she started to bleed from every orifice before falling into a long coma. Her eyes, ears, mouth, everything. Can you imagine that nose? You're just like, all because you had a Hardee's burger. Man, to go out on more of a burger too. Hardee's, brutal, dude.
Jack in the Box.
Is it Jack in the Box? That's even worse. And to have it all go out on a Jack in the Box burger. They're not even known for burgers. Everyone's just like, don't wait for tacos. Well, what the f is Jack in the Box? Also, I hate that logo, that mascot.
You don't like Jack?
I don't like Jack. Fuck him.
This video is sponsored by PDS Day. The new year's a new time to make a fresh start. Make 2025 the year you get out of debt. Whether that's credit card debt, personal loans, collections, or medical bills, let PDS Debt find a personalized solution for you. If you're currently struggling with debt, making payments every month, but balances don't seem to be going down, PDS Debt may be here to help. Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies. And the best part is, there's no minimum credit score required. Save more while paying off your debt in just a fraction of the time. Make this the year you take control of your debt. Get a free debt analysis right now at pdsdebt.com/PapaMeat. It only takes 30 seconds. That's pdsdebt.com/PapaMeat. pdsdebt.com/PapaMeat. Thank you, PDS Debt, for sponsoring this video, and back
But Brianna received medical treatment and had her organs hooked up to machines until she eventually woke up. While she was able to recover, she now lives with asthma, brain damage, diabetes, and kidney problems. Brianna's lawyer was able to obtain a $15.6 million settlement, as well as several millions for other victims of the outbreak, which resulted in a $160 million loss for Jack in the Box. And I'll say this. You might say, well, lethal eye, that's an accident. Papa meat, that's an accident. It happens. You know what? How do we know old Jack couldn't want to spice things up? I have a weird theory sometimes. I feel like these restaurants do shit like this, so then their names are in the press. All press is good press, they say, even the negative. Remember when Peter Pan peanut butter, everyone's like, oh, you can't eat that because it'll kill you? Back in the day, it's peanut butter. And whenever that happened, around that time, their sales skyrocketed.
Because everybody wanted to see if it would kill him.
I lied. I have no idea. I just think that these corporations are evil, and I feel like for some reason they're just like, get E. coli in the Nevada burgers. Put it in there. The people of Nevada. And fast food restaurants are no strangers to lawsuits, guys, all right? Some of which become famous cases in the industry, such as Liebeck versus McDonald's. Because in 1992, 79-year-old Stella Liebeck suffered 3-degree burns from a cup of McDonald's coffee. See, I know that you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is a big one. And I don't want anybody to be trying to roll this old woman with shaky hands. And she spilled the coffee on herself. She did! But maybe the coffee was too goddamn hot. Because while attempting to add cream and sugar with the drink held between her legs, it spilled all over, resulting in severe burns on 16% of her body. That's a tiny woman. Well, yeah, also they're just like, if I take the radius, well, Stella, that's 16% of your body. But see your belly button and your upper thighs. I want to say, too, I always forget that she was adding it in between her legs. What the fuck are you doing, dude? Especially old woman thighs. You know she's not doing it. What the pussy exercise?
Oh, I was gonna say jogging. It's not jogging.
Whatever. You know she's not doing that, dude. She's loosey-goosey down there. Weak pelvis.
Kegels.
Kegels. She's not doing Kegels. So for her to, like, I can keep balance of it. Ah! It was instant disaster. Not only did the boiling coffee also land on her genitals, but the layer of skin on the affected areas burned off entirely. She was hospitalized and required skin grafts, which she refused to pay herself. Okay, now see, this is where you're kind of like, you're holding it between your legs. Okay, whatever. She aimed to have McDonald's front the medical costs, but was insulted with a measly $800 on the $20,000 she requested to settle her lawsuit. That is a spit in the face, to be fair. McDonald's is just like, we'll give you $800. She's like, what? Can you not just fucking fork me over 20, dude? McDonald's coffee was proven to be up to 190 degrees, which was several degrees higher than the typical fast food coffee. Through this, she was able to win her case and was awarded $160,000 on top of losing McDonald's $2.7 million in punitive damages. And that's also why every cup on Earth has caution hot on it now. Because if they would have had that, then they would have been like, we fucking told you it was hot. Also, like a couple degrees hotter. I mean, I hate to say it, you can kind of side with McDonald's on that one.
Yeah.
It would be different if she grabbed it. Here's your hot coffee, old woman. Ah, thank you. And then she grabs it, and then she's like, and then it spills because it's so hot when she grabs. It's so hot, I couldn't. She was like, I need it now. She puts it in her legs, and then for some reason she can like spazzes out and it spills all over herself. I don't know she didn't do it on purpose. Burn off her sea lips, everything else, upper thighs and belly button and stuff. And she's just like, I'm not showboating anybody. I'm already dead. Yeah, this is the moneymaker, not that. I'm already dead. I'm out the door. Grandma, will you go burn yourself at McDonald's so to pay for my college? Yes. That's just it. Fuck McDonald's. We can talk about Burger King man slips and sues. Because in 2023, a 48-year-old Florida man won a slip and fall case that became the biggest in all of Florida history. Richard Telecki slipped on a wet foreign substance in a Burger King bathroom in 2019. It was a foreign substance. We don't want to talk about it. What's the substance? Just tell me. Suffering severe back injuries from the fall, he required surgery, but during this process suffered a perforated colon. And once again, that's just unhappy the airbag deployed. He found himself under serious emotional and financial struggles, no longer being fit to work in his condition. And a lawsuit was filed to Burger King, as he felt it was unjust for him to front $130,000 in medical bills. I mean, that would be too, if I'm just like, there was a foreign substance. I don't know what the that was. It was invisible on the floor. You know, I mean, there was a dead alien covered in ectoplasm on the floor. I didn't know what I was doing. Eventually, he was offered $200,000 to settle, but denied this, believing that Burger King deserved a bigger loss for their clear negligence. And Burger King was ultimately found 100% at fault for the incident. Attaboy, Richard. And in order to compensate Telecky for past, present, and future harm, he walked away with $7.81 million. Here's the fucking thing. You know what? Put a disclaimer up as don't do this. What I'm actually saying, I'm joking 100%. Unironically, go into a bathroom, slip and fall, and sue the fuck out of the company. Everyone go to an Olive Garden and just start tripping. There's wine on the floor. That's what you need to do. Operation Olive Garden. Everyone go into an Olive Garden, trip us somewhere, and say you fell on some red wine, and then cut me in on 20% of the profit. It's fair. 20%? It's not bad, dude. Is it illegal? Is this illegal what I'm doing?
Not as a joke in Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm just joking. Don't actually go there and like slip and fall and scream in pain, like really sell it. Have them call an ambulance, because if they call, then they're at fault because, you know, you didn't call. They did because they're that, you know, afraid for you. But don't do it. Oh, we could talk about the KFC salmonella lawsuit. This is bound to happen, dude. One of these chicken chains getting salmonella. Come on now. Also, whoever invented the word salmonella, wow, there's some stupid word. Does that have anything to do with fish? Salmon?
I think of more of like a salamander.
Does it have anything to do with the salamander? They made it so much wrong. I thought it was a salamander. Is that not what they're cooking? Is that not what the Colonel's cooking? In 2005, multiple people were hospitalized after ingesting a Twister chicken wrap from KFC. What the f is a Twister chicken wrap? Put a picture of it here. Bring it back, Colonel. 7-year-old Monica Salmon ate at KFC with her family and shared her food with both her mom, dad, and brother. Dude, selfless. You want to see my Porky Pig ass doing that? People were like, can I try yours? No. It's a Twister, dude. Come on now. Order your own. They're $3, Mom. Go get yourself another one. They were all sent to the hospital soon after with salmonella poisoning. While her family eventually recovered, Monica suffered serious long-term effects. She spent 6 months in a coma and is now quadriplegic due to the brain damage inflicted to her. Oh my God. Which has removed her ability to speak. That actually made my stomach turn. Imagine having that happen to you because you uttered the words, I would like a Twister chicken wrap. You know what I mean? I'm not laughing. I'm just saying that is insane. KFC refused to compensate the family. Why? Why do these companies do? It's so frustrating. What? Us? You think you got it? We're not at fault here. That's weird. KFC refused to compensate the family, claiming that there was no record of the family purchasing this item from any of their locations.
They didn't have a receipt.
Yeah, do you have the receipt? Like, no, I tossed it or I put it in my, food bag. Okay, because usually everyone keeps the receipt. Yeah, I heard like the Colonel's in the bag. Ask them if they don't keep the receipt. Nah. This did not hold up in court, however, and a slew of poor hygiene practices at the restaurant were brought into question. It's like, when do you wash your hands? Just when I shit. When I piss, it's just, I don't ever touch I just unbuckle my pants, I don't touch anything, I shake it off and I rebuckle it. So there's no point, I don't really have to wash my hands. The guy's like, good point. Okay, that adds up. Due to the negligence of KFC, the family was able to win their case after a 4-week trial. That's short. That's very short, actually. Holy shit. A 4-week trial, like, the Colonel's like, was sweating. Oh, God, I should have put on deodorant. And the family was awarded $8.3 million. That doesn't seem nearly enough for having somebody get quadriplegic sized and not even able to speak anymore from ordering a twisted chicken wrap from KFC. They should be burned down. The Colonel should be fucking nailed to a stake and lashed to death. Oh! That's what they take the chunks of his skin. That's what the double down's made out of. Oh! Okay. Over the years, you've probably heard stories of people finding strange objects from their fast food purchases, right? So I want to talk about some of the more egregious things that people have found. Because, you might see some stuff of like, you get French fries at the bottom of the bag. An onion ring. Oh, we're going to talk about some of the darker sides of those finds, okay? Like finding chicken heads. In the year 2000, Catherine Ortega from Newport purchased a box of chicken wings from McDonald's, only to find the head of a chicken inside. Beak, eyes, and all. It was a fried chicken head.
You think the worker saw it and was like, looks good to me?
I mean, what's wrong with it? What is it? I see that all the time. She's the only person that's complained. God, I think I kind of would have taken a bite. I think I definitely would have just been chopped at the neck a little bit. Done one of those, like a little donkey tooth thing. peeling off the skin and shit. Like the bread, I mean, I'm not eating the meat, it's just the breading is good. She noticed this, and she was plating the food for her children to eat. She denied McDonald's offer for a replacement meal, stating, quote, "I will probably cook at home from now on." I don't blame you. She never sued, likely because her lawyers insisted that a chicken head may not be considered a foreign object if it is served alongside with other chicken parts. I mean, dude, come on. It's a fucking chicken head. Also, that photo is haunting. The little chicken head like this. Keeps his eye open. In 2013, Laura Clark's 3-year-old child, Aubrey, swallowed glass hidden in her Subway sandwich in Peterborough, Ontario. Holy hell! I think she went in there a couple times. She was getting macked up on by one of the guys. Oh, Laura, this cold cut can be on the house if I can take you out tonight. I'll pay. Full price. He's like, no problem. And then when he comes back in, he takes 2 wine glasses. He's like, good shit. Breaks it and spreads it in there. She was eating the turkey sandwich when she experienced a sharp pain. The glass had sliced up her mouth, tongue, and cheeks. The child began bleeding out the mouth the next day, but eventually recovered. However, this was not an isolated incident. What do you mean? How? In 2017, a Subway in Brownsville, Texas, served Sergio Tomaz a sandwich that contained a large shard of glass. These cannot be random, isolated incidents. This has to be planned. Like a Zodiac kind of killer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The cold cut killer. That's what it needs to be.
Ooh, that's a good name.
Not bad. After biting down the sandwich, Sergio began chewing on glass. He realized what had happened and scrambled to the bathroom to wash his mouth before alerting a Subway employee. Oh my god. Oh. No, Tony. If it was me, if I'd bitten into a big thing of glass, I mean, it would be a theatrical show. I mean, it would be, I mean, it would be like, I'd have 911 called.
You know what I'd do? I'd go up to the counter and just spit huge wad of blood and glass at them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do too. I do one long drone. He told reporters, quote, "I said you can look for yourself." So he looked at it and said, "Okay, I can get you another sandwich." He made one for me and didn't offer me a refund or an apology. Now that does sound like a fast food worker. So you just want another one? Oh, I can make you another one. Guys, well, goddamn, I'd like a sorry. That's all I want. I'd just like an apology. Please. Upon an employee's investigation, the foreign object was supposedly glass belonging to a fluorescent bulb that was accidentally shattered before falling into a pile of meat. A manager insisted it came from a factory the meat was produced from. God, both of those horrible answers. No, it was packaged in the place that we get the meat from. Like, what? You don't have quality control? They're like, no, sir. No. Also, what does that mean? He, like, as in, like, the ceiling. The light bulb from the ceiling fell. So then, here's my next question. Where was the meat at? Was it on the ground, like, in containers on the ground? Or they're just like, eh.
When I first heard that, I think, like, you know, the deli stand, there's like light up there. Wondering if that broke.
Oh, you think it's one of those lights?
Yeah, and then it fell.
They just like sweep over their hands and they're just like, all right, so you said a meatball? Okay. We're not done with Subway yet because we have to talk about a knife in a Subway sandwich. All right, now what are they going to say? Well, the knife fell into the meats. In 2008, a New York man named John Agnesny filed a lawsuit against Subway after he discovered an entire serrated 7-inch knife baked into the cold cut trio sandwich. Baked! How do you take that from here? And you're like, weird looking. Okay, it's like cyberpunk. 26-year-old man was well into his meal, taking several bites before noticing that a sharp object was poking out of it. Okay, well, now I'm kind of like, John, what the f are you talking about? It's like a giant, like I think it's like a, what the, is that like Persian sword? A scimitar. It's like a giant scimitar signature. Prince Ali. He stated, quote, "That's the last thing you think about a sandwich you eat all the time." Well, we don't put that in. What the kind of quote even is that? What does that mean? Were they drunk when they talking to him? So you found the knife. That's the last thing you think about a sandwich you eat all the time. What the f are you talking about, John? There was no apology made from the restaurant. I love that. I like how they're just like, we have nothing to tell you. You found a knife, dude. You got more than what you asked for. What are we supposed to say?
You know what I think with those? If they say...
Well, they say sorry, he admits wrongdoing or whatever. There was no apology made from the restaurant, pushing John to file a lawsuit on the basis of negligence impacting public health and safety. While he sought after $1 million, he only received a take it or leave it offer of $20,000. I'm gonna guess right now that he immediately took that. Yes, sir. Okay, fine. I will say that knife is fucking horrifying. This looks like a prison shank. God, what a gross looking sandwich too. Doesn't even look at it. I don't know. Is it like tuna? I don't like it. Or we could talk about a woman who bit into a dead rat in her sandwich. In 2016, 46-year-old Ellen Manfelti, Ellen was dining at a Chick-fil-A. We got Chick-fil-A coming right now too. That's kind of when she suddenly bit into a dead rat that snuck its way inside her chicken sandwich. How did it die so quick? It snuck its way. Also, how long she's like, I'm gonna eat these in 4 months. Shuts the trunk. And everybody's like lying there after tasting something funny during her meal. She inspected the sandwich, assuming part of her bread had been burnt. Upon dissecting the meal, it turned out the rodent was baked inside of the bottom bun, whiskers and all. She threw the sandwich on the table, telling reporters, quote, I basically lost my mind. I screamed! After getting a lackluster response to her complaints, she filed a lawsuit, seeking $50,000 for physical and psychological damages, as she apparently started seeing a therapist to cope with the newground anxiety and inability to eat in the coming weeks. Yeah, right, dude. She's a big old girl, too. I can't eat. The therapist is like, so this was a positive for you. Don't put that. She reported that she was dealing with intense nightmares since the incident as well. Oh my God, is that the rat?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at that little son of a bitch. The verdict is not public, meaning it was likely settled out of court. They can definitely cut her. You can check those religious. It's just like, God's good with you. Leave us alone. So that makes sense. So the rat didn't crawl into her meal. It was baked into the bread. He's probably finger pawing around on some dough. Why not, dude? A little ratatouille action. It's all cute when Disney does it. Or a fried chicken lung found in a KFC meal. Now we're going back to KFC. Back. Are we going back to McDonald's soon? I hope. In 2016, 30-year-old Mark Nichols was sold a 3-piece meal from KFC. And after biting into a chicken breast, he was surprised to find a lung. He told the Daily Mail Australia, it was disgusting. It was absolutely vile. He quickly spat out the rest of the organ and confronted a KFC employee who was not offered a refund and told to contact customer service instead. According to a spokesperson, it could either be a lung or a kidney that was accidentally left on during preparation. Once again, we don't know if he did any suing, but the picture of that is fucking disgusting. You know how many people in the world that eat fast food would just be like, Like they wouldn't care. I got this guy had the gall to be like, what the Ah! I think so many people in my family, like my mom, that fucking Billy Goat of a woman would just be like, I mean, not even think twice about it.
I love that running thing of just like, no refund.
Yeah, well, exactly. No, other guys are just like, call customer service, man. What are you gonna do?
Hey, I found a kidney.
I'm like, what? Or, this is one of my favorites, is the finger found in custard. In 2005, Clarence Stowers was eating dessert from Cole's frozen custard when he suddenly realized he was sucking and licking on an amputated index finger. Like, he was just like, What? When asked for a comment, he said, quote,
I thought it was candy because they put candy in your ice cream or whatever to make it a treat.
What are you talking about? How old are you? How old is this man? Clarence, are you 56?
Yeah, I'm just a kid though. I'm like a little kid.
He told a Wilmington television station on Sunday, quote,
So I proceeded to put the object in my mouth, got all the ice cream off of it, and spit it in my hand.
Pretty accurate though. You just did.
what was this thing like rolled around to him? Also, if you thought it was candy, why would you spit it into your hand?
Wait.
He's in his booth.
Oh, yeah.
Your fingers all wet. He began screaming at the top of his lungs after realizing what had happened. Later, he declined any calls asking further comments as he began hiring a lawyer. He kept the finger in his possession to be used as evidence. What a creepy fucking weirdo. He was later discovered that the finger belonged to Brandon Pfizer, an employee who had a serious accident on the job. Holy shit. He had dropped an entire bucket of custard and lunged over to catch it, but his finger got caught in a custard mixing machine. It chopped off his finger at his first knuckle. So this is a full finger. Wow. As his co-workers were assisting him, an employee scooped up custard containing his finger and served it to a customer. Like, the guy's like screaming, oh! So this one was just like not even giving a that guy. He's always screaming on the job. There's only a few hours before a severed finger is no longer viable to be reattached to the hand. So the employees pleaded with Stowers to return the finger so that he may reattach it. And he refused, instead claiming he would be contacting an attorney and the TV stations. This is definitely a good character, isn't it?
Do you think he knew, like, when he handed it? Ooh, a finger.
Yeah, I think he's probably like, jackpot. Stowers held onto the finger for so long that the poor employee was unable to have it reattached. Public perception perception favored Pfizer because of this, seeing Stowers as desperate for a quick buck, even at his own expense. The lawsuit he filed was for over $10,000 due to the negligence and unfair business practices. There's no public knowledge of what the verdict actually was, but I hope that he didn't get it.
The guy refused to give his finger back for $10,000.
You know what I want to do? Yeah, for 10 grand, I'm not going to give you your good finger. You know what? If you're out there, man, who got his finger cut off, I want to buy you a nice mahogany finger. Reach out to me. I'm not even joking. Email me, meekin@gmail.com, and I will get you a fucking dope finger. We need to have some kind of proof, though. You need to show me this, and like I guess like you and the custard place you worked at. I don't know. But that's not the only finger story, because there was also a finger found in Chile, which this is the famous finger story. Because in 2005, wait, is that the same year as the other one? Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh my god, this is a year. You know what? Maybe the custard thing happened and the chili person got the idea.
Oh, I bet you that's probably what it was. Did you hear about the thing in the custard? We should have to put it in chili. In 2005, 39-year-old Anna Ayala visited a Las Vegas Wendy's. Okay, so never mind. It was just Las Vegas. It was just disgusting people and casino people. Visited a Las Vegas Wendy's and ordered a bowl of chili. She began to freak out after discovering a human finger. I like how, at least this time, she didn't put it in her mouth. She's like, oh my god. Like the other guy. It was described as a 1 to 1.5 inch fingertip with a manicured nail, and investigations began. But the source of the finger was unknown. This Wendy's location started to lose all their business to the point of offering $50,000 to any information on where the finger came from. Dude, close up shop and just called it a day. Look, the guy's like, we're going to turn this around. Over time, people became suspicious that Anna planted the finger on purpose for a monetary reward. The police obtained a search warrant for her home after it was discovered that they had performed hoaxes like this in the past. In one case, she had her daughter fake an illness and blend it on a meal from El Polo Loco in return for a sizable settlement. What, do you think you're going to get away with this more than one time, you As this case became more and more publicized, Wendy's raised the reward from $50,000 to $100,000. Further police investigations revealed that the finger had actually belonged to a friend of Jamie, her husband, who had severed it during a workplace accident. He bought the fingertip off of him for $100 and even explained what they aimed to do with it. The coworker even admitted that they later tried to buy his silence regarding the hoax for $250,000. How much money do they think they were going to get? By the end of the hoax, Wendy's claimed to have lost $2.5 million in sales due to negative press. Anna was sentenced to 9 years in prison and was released after 4 for good behavior. Her husband, however, served for 12. Anna found herself back in prison again in 2013. God damn. Her son, who was a convicted felon, accidentally shot himself in the ankle because he wasn't allowed to be in possession of a firearm. Anna lied and told the police that it was 2 men who shot him. For this, Anna and her son received 2 years in prison. What just a nasty family. What a nasty, gross family. That's just kind of like, you just know it's doomsday. You know what I mean? It's not biting into food that you have to worry about. There are many cases in which kids are injured or even killed by fast food toys. Like the scooter bug. Remember scooter bug? Anybody? No. Released in 2000, the scooter bug was a toy that wiggled its legs back and forth when you rolled it across the floor. It was about 3 inches long and 2.5 inches wide. And in 2001, 234,000 scooter bug toys had to be recalled after children started breaking off its antennas and choking on them. Like they're just like. What's the fascination of it? Do you think it's just like primitive brain type stuff of like thing is size of mouth? Put inside of mouth.
You know what I think it is? Maybe they put the scooter bug in and they're sucking and shit,
Oh,
and then it
breaks off and then. Or we can talk about the Hello Kitty toys from McDonald's. Because in 2014, McDonald's was giving out Hello Kitty whistles in their Happy Meals. 2.3 million of these toys had to be recalled after 2 children sucked on the pieces to the point of choking. See, it's the sucking thing again. Or Doc's DeLorean. It was a car toy that could be pulled back to reveal sparks from the back of it. Back to the Future prop for the movie. It was deemed a choking hazard and recalled in 1992. Kind of speed run these. Or a Playmobil toy along with a box that could be used as a playset. To prevent kids from choking, about 10 million of these toys were recalled. So basically, kids were just putting things in their mouth, sucking on them, and then things were breaking apart immediately because they're cheap pieces of plastic and people were choking on them. And millions and millions and millions of these toys had to be recalled. Unfortunate. I wonder if there's like a warehouse.
Oh, with the recalled
Oh,
stuff.
all stuff, yeah.
Like so. I think I had these exact toys. I remember the Scythe guy.
I do remember this next one coming up, which is the Shrek cups had to be recalled for toxic metals being on the cups. Because in 2010, 12 million Shrek Forever After drinking glasses were recalled due to the paint on them containing cadmium, which is a fucking toxic metal. Which I want to say too, McDonald's has put out some dope glasses. I'm pretty sure I still have my Batman Forever mugs. That's like crystalware. I'm going to give it to my kids and say, have fun buying in your house. Or Burger King's Pokemon toys. Sure, Burger King has done a lot of great Pokemon toys in the past. Remember the slabs? Slabs are the best. The gold slabs? Unbelievable. And in 1999, Burger King sold a wildly popular Pokemon toy consisting of a Pokemon Pokeball filled up with up to 57 different types of Pokemon. See, that's how they got you, dude. Because McDonald's, you remember back in the day too, McDonald's did a thing where you would be like, you have Inspector Gadget's arm. You have to make like a GoBot of like the thing. So you have to drive around. So now people would be like, you have Snorlax? They're like, we don't know, man. They're sealed. Fuck! Problems arose when infants began lodging individual halves of the ball into their nose and mouth and being unable to remove them. An 18-month-old child nearly died after covering his face in one half of the Pokeball until it got stuck and began suffocating him. And sadly, a 13-month-old girl did actually die from suffocation, leading to a massive recall of over 70 million units. You never think about how kids are just gonna be like, right? And that's the thing. The negligence is not only on the consumer, it's on the conglomerate, the fast food chain themselves, right? But here's the thing. If you're in one of these things, you maybe find a finger or a testicle or a skateboard, I don't know what you find in your food. You're not going to get an apology from these companies. You're going to be met with swift legal papers. Don't sign them and sue. And I still want to reiterate and bring up hashtag Olive Garden Gate, or I called it earlier. I'm just joking, don't do it, but seriously, you should go and trip inside of an Olive Garden and you should sue them. I'm joking. I'm joking that you would make a lot of money.